is a Bramble Jam podcast. Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Sorry, I was doing this and your chair was there.
Oh, come.
Thing. Sorry.
It's okay.
We're getting there. No.
It's tough out there.
We're trying a new thing here where we do a podcast without making mistakes.
We are off to a great start. 30 seconds in. Great to be back here talking DCOMs, descending into that world. It was good. I was happy about it.
Great.
I was happy about it.
It didn't make Dad laugh.
We're talking, oh man, that's,
liked it.
yeah. Luckily, I don't put my worth or value in whether or not Dan laughs.
That is lucky for you.
Yeah.
It really is.
I know, because if it is, I wouldn't be here.
That is fortunate. So fortunate for all of us.
Listen, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, the jokes you don't tell.
That's a terrible way to think about jokes. Because there's sometimes you shouldn't tell jokes.
I can think of one specific joke that Brand makes that maybe we're not ready for.
Yeah.
It's not the time.
When do you know me to not? To just, sometimes you just got to try it and see how it goes. You know what I mean? We're talking Jumping Ship today, something that they did try, and they saw how it went. The Lawrence brothers back at it again. All three Lawrence brothers
Are you saying
together.
there's a reason we didn't get a third Lawrence brothers movie?
I don't know. But this one is a horse sense.
There is another Lawrence brother movie.
A horse sense sequel.
Why you gotta be lying like that?
Well, there's not one with all three of them. There's another Andy Lawrence.
I got you. Andy's just kind of the B word of Disney. I didn't know where we were there, if I could say that or not. Every few movies movies lately has been Andy Lawrence, so it's been a nice ride. This movie is a horse sense sequel, but like light, I guess. It's like it is the same characters, but does it have anything to do with the farm or horses or the relationship?
Only
we
for
all
the
want
first.
to see Joey Lawrence and Andy Lawrence's mom.
That is in this movie.
Very briefly.
Very briefly.
No,
only for about the first 2 minutes of the movie, and then
at the very end.
You know what happens from there.
Closing credits. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Oh, the way her eyes lit up at the end there.
Listen, it's crazy. It's insane. We'll get to it.
More chemistry than many a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what's catching my eye right now is this delish.
It's not any rating and reviews because we haven't had any.
Yeah, I just went right by it.
Right by
what do we got going on here, Aaron? This seems like something that might be right up my boat.
I don't know if it is, but you could keep thinking that.
Right up your boat.
It is a coconut rum punch.
Oh no!
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, but I see how you got there.
Yeah, I mean we'll get there, but they get stuck on an island.
Yeah.
Andy survives with coconuts.
You could have brought an Outback Steakhouse steaks.
Why didn't you bring in Outback Steakhouse steaks?
Why didn't I bring in deviled eggs for the Jenny Project? I don't know.
Thank you.
Drink up.
What would you have done, Dan, if last week...
I couldn't have been in here. I couldn't have been in this close of proximity. I really couldn't have.
You wouldn't have tried? You wouldn't have done it for the show?
No. Twice, and I'm not trying to make Aaron feel bad. Twice, Aaron has brought in a breakfast sandwich with eggs on it. And if I don't smell it, I don't care. It's not seeing the eggs. But twice I have smelled it and literally had to get up and just take a lap. I don't know what it is. And I like eggs in cakes. In fried rice, I don't mind eggs. But there is something about that, everything about that just ruins me. I don't know. I can't explain it. Wish I could. Wish I wasn't like that. But a plate of deviled eggs, I'd have lost it. I would have lost it.
Yeah, so I didn't do that. So, but yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, a coconut.
Yeah, what do you do with it?
There
For the folks at home.
There's some coconut water, some evaporated milk, and some spices.
Okay.
And some rum.
Yeah, well done. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
It's Wednesday afternoon. Let's go. It's pretty good. That is pretty good.
It almost not the texture of it.
Nog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not the texture of nog, but it tastes like
It
eggnog.
tastes like eggnog, and I love it.
All right. And now occasionally I try eggnog and I see if things have changed.
Yeah.
And today was one of those days, and I'm reminded that nothing's changed.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's no egg in there. I don't know.
I love this.
But
This is really good.
How would that have ranked with last year's Naga clock? For those that don't know, not me, but the other folks here in the office.
There was at least one. No, the other folks. Go ahead.
The other folks in the office had Nog every week, and from different companies.
Tuesday
and would,
at noon, like clockwork.
and would never missed one, and would rank them throughout the holiday season.
I got to be honest, it wouldn't have ended up last. I mean, like, it's not rich and creamy like an eggnog, but I got to be honest.
But I bet you could do it. Like, if you blended it up or something, I bet it would be a little bit more like.
It tastes like an eggnog, but a little bit lighter and more beachy.
Perfect for the season.
Yeah, this is it. Big win here.
If you're stuck on a deserted island outside of Australia at Christmas time, here you go.
This is it. Oh man, Breen, you don't like this?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, it's two things that he doesn't like. It tastes like eggnog and it also has coconut.
Yeah, it's
Brandon's just
a lot working against me. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but,
I did sample it last night just to make sure that if it was really bad, I would have pivoted and found something new.
You know what? It's nice because Dan
tried it last night and I was like, eggnog.
Dan was telling me this morning. He was like, "When's Aaron's finally going to bring in a dish that I like?" So it's good that we finally did it. Congratulations.
You should see me off camera, man. I'm the worst.
A great tie-in to the movie that we're going to.
It's hard because a lot of these movies, it's some sort of fruit tie-in, and you don't like fruit-flavored things.
DCOM Descendants. Welcome back, everybody.
DCOM Descendants.
I had started the music. You guys don't have the headphones in. I was trying to segue into it, but then I didn't want to. I didn't want to interrupt.
Maybe just go cacao or something.
If you listen,
don't start the music while we're bantering.
No. When you listen back, you will hear that there was a natural break, and I thought that it had come to a.
You are here first and foremost for the banter.
Of course. Perhaps we shall banter about Jumping Ship. Jump into that world. We will.
Okay.
We will. I'm excited to see where this lands on your list later on, Aaron and Dan.
Me too.
I'm excited to see where
definitely put it somewhere.
Where it lands.
It's on there.
Let's talk Jumping Ship.
On the list. It's just not ranked yet.
Originally aired on August 17th, 2001.
Just in time for my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
How was your birthday last week, Aaron? Last Wednesday, Tuesday.
It was so fun. I went out with some friends, had a couple birthday drinks. It was restaurant week in Greenville, so a lot of fun new foods to try. Yeah, just had a good night.
There you go.
And I definitely remember that it was my birthday.
Yeah, totally.
It is.
I know how days of the week work.
Yeah, absolutely. Written by Chad Hayes and Carrie Hayes.
Oh, Chad and Carrie worked together on this one, huh?
They finally put their differences aside. Oh, and they're twins. That's sweet. So it's like twins. And
making a movie for brothers that are acting like they're not brothers.
That's exactly right.
Makes all the sense in the world.
Directed by Michael Lang, starring one Joseph Lawrence,
Andrew
Matthew
Lawrence,
Lawrence, and Andrew Lawrence.
Why the full names? We don't know.
We don't know.
I'd be curious. I obviously didn't pay any attention to the Horse Sense credits, but were they credited as Joseph and Andrew?
I mean, I could tell you
real
fast.
Probably figure that
I could
out.
immediately tell you because it's linked in here on the wiki.
You have it on LinkedIn?
Also written by Chad and Carrie Hayes. On wiki it is Joey Andy.
It's Joey, yeah.
And music by Marco. So
Joey,
different.
in this one we just went,
But that's nice that the sequel was written by the same people. So that's fun.
That's how you get that continuity.
Yeah. That's
exactly
that is
right.
evident in this movie.
That's exactly right. That these two movies are indeed connected. We are back on the farm. Yeah. And
Mom is on the phone and she looks thrilled.
Who could she be talking
Who
about?
could she be talking
Who
to?
could be bringing?
I've never seen a human being look so excited to be on the phone.
Who could be bringing that smile to her face but one Michael?
Joseph Lawrence.
That's right. Michael is on the phone with Aunt Jules, and they are picking right back off where they left off. They're flirting.
They're picking right back off where they left off.
That's right. What's wrong with the sentence?
Right back up where they left off.
They're picking up where they left off.
Okay.
Not right back off.
Okay.
They don't pick off. It's not baseball.
You do in football.
They're picking off where they left up.
Yeah. Right up your butt.
They are flirting on the phone. They are having a great time. He tells Tommy that they're going to take a private boat, a charter boat, a yacht even. When they get to Australia, they're going to go, but it's going to be real special. It's going to be real fun.
Do some fishing.
That's right. A little bit of fun.
A little bit of
Just
fun.
a little bit of cousin fun.
A little bit of cousin.
And I
cousin
think
fun, yeah.
the nice thing about Michael has proven that he's a man of his word.
That's right.
When it comes to planning trips.
Yeah. Nothing's going to go wrong. It's going to be above board.
When Michael's dad finds out that he's not only paying for this really elaborate charter, but he's also paying to have his girlfriend meet them in Australia because Michael never learns. He's mad, and he talks to him.
What's Tommy going to love the most? It is interrupting our cousin vacation with flying my girlfriend in.
That's right.
But also, his dad's mad because it went $4,000 over budget. If you see
the $4,000 is the girlfriend.
Yes. So if you see the where they live, $4,000 is actually probably not that big a deal. And I'm like, what's the big deal? He got a charter for his cousin. That sounds great. And then he throws the girlfriend thing in, and it's like, oh yeah,
so
bro.
it is several thousand plus 4.
That's right.
But also, he has been given ample time to figure out what he's going to be doing after summer, job, what's going to be his next step. And if he doesn't have this figured out, he's going to be just doing like files in his dad's office. He's not going to keep just paying for whatever Michael wants. Michael needs to start learning some lessons.
Make him earn his keep.
That's exactly right. So Michael and Tommy, they get to Australia, and he is immediately pickpocketed. Someone comes from behind, takes the wallet, walks away, and he's none the wiser.
None the wiser. And you would think that means he just lost his wallet. It's inconvenient.
Yes.
And that's the end of that.
You would think so, but I think that might come back.
Might be the whole plot. Yeah.
That's weird.
Then they go to find the charter that Michael has set up. Michael goes straight to the first yacht he sees and says, "This must be it."
He's looking for the Tiffany.
He's looking for
Does
the
this
Tiffany.
boat say Tiffany? No.
No, it does not.
But
Is there anybody outside or on board waiting to greet them? No.
He knows.
He's like, obviously
it
this
just feels right.
Yeah.
It's a giant yacht. It's got to be for just me and my cousin.
I'm down at the marina, I always just hop on the first yacht and just act like I own it.
Yeah.
You have
It's
to.
a good way to do
Works
something.
every time.
A fancy man comes out and is like, "You're in the wrong place." And Michael's like, "I thought this was to the Tiffany." And the guy's like, "No, the Tiffany's down there."
Yeah. That's when you know the Tiffany ain't going to look too good.
The Tiffany does not look too good. The Tiffany is more of a fishing boat. It's just, and it's in real tough.
I mean,
tough
it was
shape.
a fishing boat at one point.
Yes, that is
what it looks like.
Yeah, it's in tough shape.
And who runs the Tiffany?
Jake Hunter.
Yes.
Jake Hunter comes out and tells a confused Michael.
That's so funny. I loved Boy Meets World.
Yes.
There was a Jack Hunter.
There was a Jack Hunter.
Played by Matthew Lawrence.
That's crazy.
No relation to Michael or Tommy either. Like, they don't even look like this is just a random dude who found his way to Australia to work on a fishing boat.
And it's so weird because he looks just like the guy who was in, is it Montana where the farm is?
Yeah.
He looks just like the guy in Montana who was flying the plane.
That's right. It's weird.
It
weird.
was helping them unload the
But he couldn't
luggage.
because he owns that boat and he's been working on it for years.
Yeah.
So
he
weird.
couldn't be.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Michael is confused and is like, this is not the boat that I want. I'm going to go find another boat. There has to be one around here that's going to let us on. And Jake is like, okay, I'm leaving in an hour whether or not you're on this boat. And next thing you know, they are indeed on the boats. And once they go out to sea, Michael is immediately seasick. He's having a very tough time. He's putting on all of the different patches to help him with his seasickness, and it's a whole thing. But Tommy is loving life. Tommy could not be more thrilled with just being on the old open sea.
Yeah,
and he's actually getting along with Jake Hunter. He almost like his brother. And
almost like they're brothers.
Like
That's
they get
right.
along.
Like they've known each other their whole life.
And they are hard
So you're
working.
saying Tommy's not loving that again? Michael is spending their entire vacation on the phone.
That's true. Michael has a phone. It's satellite.
Yeah,
and he
Out
is
at
working.
sea.
It is getting amazing service.
reception.
He's working hard trying to find a job so that his dad will not totally cut him off. And Tommy finds a kinship to Jake because Tommy's a hard-working fella out there on the farm. Jake's a hard-working fella out here on the sea. Two hard-working fellas also happen to look identical to each other.
Relation.
And those two just they get along great.
That sounds like Joey.
Dan, you mentioned the people that stole the wallet, and that's probably the end of it. Unfortunately, it is not the end of it. The people that stole the wallet, they're not just your standard thief. They are pirates.
Yeah.
Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum.
Bum 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 bum.
Nice.
Bum 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 bum. And here's the crazy thing: is this modern day pirates, and their plan is that they got a wallet, and it looks like it's got a lot.
That's right.
Of cash and credit cards. They look that person up on the internet, find out their credit limit, which is a thing. It's easy to find.
Unlimited.
And it's unlimited, and they're like, this is the whale they've been looking for. Their ship is coming in, even though the ship is out to sea, and so they are going to go, and their plan is to kidnap Michael, hold him for ransom.
That's right.
Make a big payday, ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
That's their plan. Do they have cash and credit cards they could use immediately? Yeah. No. They got bigger fish to fry.
Listen, man, they're greedy. They see the money in front of them and go, but what about that? What about that out there?
That's right.
And that's what gets them in the
problem.
problem.
You need to be content with what you have.
That's
or what
exactly
you've already
right.
stolen.
That's exactly right. Isn't the cash money that you have good? No, it's not. So they go out and they're getting closer and closer to Jake's ship. Jake sees them and is like, pirates.
He knows.
Which
he spots them from a mile away.
Tommy gets pretty excited about that because Jake was talking about pirates earlier. So Tommy's kind of intrigued by the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so Jake is able to fight them off, but that fight does not help them for very long. Jake tells Michael and Tommy they got to get out of here, get to that island.
Go on, get.
I will fight these guys off, and then I'll come back and I'll rescue you from the island. And so they do that. They get on the island, and wouldn't you know it, Michael, not the best at island. He doesn't island very well, especially when it's not like an all-inclusive resort or something. He's trying to figure this all out. And after some time, Jake finally shows up, and they're like, "Great, Jake's here. We're saved.
Where's the boat?
Where's the boat?
Where's the boat?
Where is the boat?
Had to scuttle that bee.
You got to scuttle it. Couldn't lose them, so we just trashed the boat.
Hit the scuttle button. Scuttlebutt.
We're hitting the scuttlebutt.
He scuttled it.
He scuttled it.
And so
you got to scuttle it.
He says, "Good news, brothers, friends, pals. We can make a boat." And I have
we just have to hide out here for like a month until they lose interest.
Yes.
And we can just eat food. We can eat fresh lobster, fire.
Drink all the water we want to.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Easy.
It'll be like a vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they are slowly, and he says, "Hey, guess what? Good news, everybody. I was able to get a bunch of the stuff from the boat, and all of it's totes fine, including this here flare. And so we could...
One distress flare.
One
shot, one opportunity to get
save
help.
Ourselves. So we could build this boat. We could go out there, get in the freight lane. Get the freight lane, which is right past Candyland. You get to the freight lane, and you're good to go. And then we could use the flare or whatever, and we're safe. Plan sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Plan sounds perfect. The three of them, are doing island survival stuff, getting into some trouble. Maybe learning a lesson here or there. At one point,
how to build shelters, learn how to dive for lobster.
Yeah. At one point, Michael goes off on his own, falls into one of the mud because he's got to be muddy.
But he's pristine a scene later.
He is, and
the showers on this deserted island.
Really good
They're
showers.
really great.
Their clothes are always no wrinkles, so clean.
Jake is teaching Tommy how to spearfish.
Teach a man to spearfish.
That's right. And Michael sees, because he's up high, sees saltwater, alligator, crocodile, whichever one it is, and starts yelling, and they got to fight off this thing, and it's actually no problem. Does it pretty. The hardest part of that was Tommy and Michael getting out of the water. They really struggled to get out of the water. Jake had a fine time.
They could not take one step without falling over, and when one tripped, they'd bring the other one down, and then they'd get up.
It was a full Keystone Cops bit. It was ridiculous.
Guys, maybe just don't let go of each other and just walk out of the water.
Individually walk out of the water. Yes. Yeah.
You might do a little bit better.
But Michael and Tommy end up seeing one day in the distance up in the air a plane that is flying by, and they think
this is our moment.
This is the time.
This is your one shot.
We got to
our one opportunity.
And so he's like, "Hey, go do it. Michael runs. He gets the flare. Jake catches wind of what they're doing and tries to stop it because he's, not dumb, and he knows, hey, if we can't see the plane, the planes
definitely
cannot see us, even though like it's really far away. It's a really far away plane. So tries to stop it, is not able to stop it in time. And the worst part of that is the pirates who are still just sitting out there.
They have spent 10 days searching all of the islands.
Pretty
in the
much
area.
the pirates that don't do anything.
Yeah, they just stay home. They lie around. Until they see a flare.
Yeah, they're like, we've spent 10 days hiking through various deserted islands, and we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Should we go back to the mainland and just find someone new? No.
No.
Do we have this guy's credit card and wallet, and we could just, have a little bit of a payday? Well, yeah. No, we're gonna keep looking.
This is the whale we've been after.
So they do see it. They get on the land, and
also at no point were they like, it's been 10 days and no one is looking for him. Maybe no one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah. You'd think there'd be a lot of APBs out or whatever. Like you would think that people would be looking if he was rich.
So they get on the land and they end up kidnapping Tommy. They take Tommy and they're like, hey, if you want to save him, we're going to need Michael. And so they take him and go out into the boats, and they're like, we're going to be back. And they give, naturally that gives Michael and Jake time to hatch the best plan of all time.
Best plan of all time.
And so the plan is this. Jake has a gold coin.
Yeah.
And
as we all do.
Yes. And
Dad gave it to him.
Dad gave it to him. Love him.
Gold coin situation.
Rest in peace, obviously. And so when the baddies come back on land,
was his dad's name Chet?
Yeah, it was Chet Hunter. Chet Hunter. He was a custodian. For
his son was ashamed.
For a pirate.
his son was ashamed. It's a trailer park, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a rags to riches.
Yeah.
Because of the gold.
Mom come back?
I think for an episode,
Yep, sure
then they run her off again.
Yeah.
We don't need you. She's a drunk.
Is there a cult in town? We got to do this. We have to do this right now. So Michael is like, I found a whole thing of buried treasure. I brought you one as proof.
Says that to the pirates. Yeah. I brought one as proof. Follow me. Jake's nowhere to be found. Jake, once they leave, is going to go into the water with disguise. Don't worry. And go, and there is the big boat and there is the lifeboat.
That's right.
He's gonna cut
the blue wire.
The wire. That's right. Cut the wires, the gas, whatever, to that, so that can't run. Then he sneaks onto the boat. That's right.
One guy there. They do a little sleight of hand and they get him.
Yes, they get him. He knocks him into the water. The guy's like, "You're gonna regret that." Swims to the lifeboat and
jokes on him.
Can't do it. So they begin to take off with the boat.
Yacht.
And they're like, "Hey, let's go try. We'll go and get rescue Michael." Michael has brought the pirate to the cave, and all he has to do is make sure that these baddies end up down in the
bottom of the
cavern, and he can't do that.
Yeah,
he's half successful.
He's half successful. One of the guys hangs on.
Fully successful.
While that guy kick that guy in the face.
Yeah, while that guy is hanging on, if you just kick him, he is down.
That was it.
Would have been great.
It was over.
And Michael basically gives him a hand.
And he's got a gun. This guy has a gun.
That's right. So this is now a foot race to the water.
That's right.
And luckily, Michael's already fallen in
he remembers
the mud, so he jumps over it. Bad guy doesn't get that memo. He falls in, and so Michael
down slightly.
He got out of it pretty quickly. Michael runs, and he gets to not where he was hoping that he would be. In order to get into the water, he's going to have to jump off this cliff.
Yeah, he's on the beach, but bad guy's right behind him, so he can't get out to the boat. And so luckily, from a few 100 feet away, Jake yells out, "Go to Everest!" And clearly they all know what that means.
That's
and
right.
also the hearing, impeccable.
So good.
He's like, "Got it. I'm going to hop, skip, toodaloo up to," I don't know how he's running through the forest. It's not how I would be running for my life. He's out there.
He's doing a weird
He's
hopping.
having a good time.
He's got some springs in his step.
He is up to Everest.
He is nervous when he gets to the top of it, but he has to jump for his life. When he lands in the water, the bad guy is also up there, sees him, goes to shoot him, and as everyone knows, One's gun
goes in mud.
It goes in mud.
It's a mud gun.
It's a mud gun.
It's a mud gun.
You know, water gun. It's like that, but with mud.
It just mud's
Mud
gonna
gun.
shoot
That's
out.
right.
No matter how many times you pull the trigger,
It's done.
It's just
It's
done.
something that they
There's
can
too
do.
much mud in the
It's a mud gun.
Yeah, mud gun.
Michael,
We know how that works.
an amazing swimmer, gets to the boat no problem.
He gets right through all those waves,
Yes.
through the currents, just
It's easy.
easy peasy.
Yeah.
They get back to land, and who's waiting for him? But Aunt Jules. And yes, she's
And his
excited.
dad.
Yes, she
She's
is.
excited to
Gives her
see
son a
Tommy
hug, but then makes
Gives-
her way over
You,
to
Michael.
in
Michael.
no time.
They're rubbing
Yeah.
each other's backs,
Oh, my
shoulders.
God.
They're just, they're
It's a thing.
Michael's dad's also there,
yeah,
but whatever.
He's not as thrilled.
Oh yeah, whatever.
It's whatever. They sit down for dinner. Michael's nowhere to be found. He shows up, and he says, "Hey, good news, everybody."
There was a ransom on the pirates because it's the year 2000.
That's right. And
So we
as
got that money.
The
and-
Australian government was offering actual money to catch bad guys vigilante style.
And because we caught them together, I brought the money here so we could decide what to do with it together.
No.
Oh,
no, he decides I'm going to buy, I think, the same boat that they escaped on.
yeah, he's going to buy the bad guy's boat.
Yes, buy their boat. Hopefully, he got a good deal on it.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think so. They should have just whatever. Anyway,
Well, I mean, if I was like the government of that area, I would be like, hey, we could keep this money and give away a boat that we didn't even own in the first place.
yeah, that would be
Better
awesome.
deal.
Way better
Better
deal.
He was like,
Way better
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
And
Who do you buy
so
it from? The
Yeah,
government?
Well, I mean, like a police auction is what I'm assuming.
Yeah. That's crazy.
he shows up and he has a hat made for.
So he buys the boat without asking them the
Yes.
money, but he does give them a say in naming the boat.
That's right.
No, he does not.
Oh. No,
He's already named it and created merch.
That's right.
Tiffany-
LLC's been created too.
He's
as well.
been busy.
Tiffany 2.
Did
is the
he
name of the
write
boat.
a paper on
D+.
how to start a
He should
boat
have called it the
business?
D+.
How to quickly start
Brotherly
a merch
love.
business in Australia by Michael.
And he was-
So they are going to Jake, who, by the way, earlier in the movie kind of talked about how this was his dad's dream and might not be what he wants to do for the rest of his life.
well, too bad.
He's handed the keys to this boat, and he's like, yeah, I guess I'll run the business. And he now has to also be in business with Michael, who they don't like each other, really.
Yeah, well, Michael's moving to Australia so he can be hands-on in the business, right?
No,
Oh.
he's gonna be a silent,
Silent
partner
partner.
from afar,
Silent
America.
partner.
but take
for
some
sure.
of the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
got it.
All above board, guys. All above board.
Yeah. And my favorite part of this conversation is his dad's like, oh, this is what you're going to do. You had to get a job by the end of the summer. Sorry to hit your
fine.
computer. This is what you're going to do is the charter business. And he goes, well, actually, Dad, I was hoping that if I'm going to be a lawyer, I was hoping that file clerk position in your office was still available. And when he says this line, Aunt Jules's face lights up.
Yeah.
Her eyes get big. She's
Yeah.
like,
She's
ooh, he's
like,
going to be a
oh.
lawyer.
You're gonna
be a lawyer. How to do that.
And there is a subplot this whole time that Mom is starting to date a ranch hand back at the ranch.
But
We don't see
buy
him.
it.
We don't see him anymore. We don't see him
He's
anymore.
not there. He's
He
not in
didn't-
Australia.
he didn't
So
care
that's
about
not our
Tommy enough
story.
to fly to
That's-
Australia.
That's not our journey. I can tell you that right now.
So yeah, it's part of this movie is about Tommy accepting that his mom can start dating again, and it doesn't
We'll
mean
start dating Michael.
and, and it doesn't mean that he has to forget or somebody will replace his dad.
That's right.
So that's beautiful. But your new dad's gonna be Michael.
That's right. That's right. And that's Jumping Ship, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down over time, make the list, all that good stuff here on DCOM Descendants.
Nailed that one.
We're professionals
31 episodes.
and a live show. One of those.
That's
is a live
one of
show.
those.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to
Both.
DCOM Descendants. We're talking Jumping Ship, or as some might call it, Horse Sense the Deuce. Let's,
No one calls it horse sense.
some might.
Please tell me there's a Letterboxd review where they call it the Deuce.
There's not, but I do have some Letterboxd reviews to start off our overtime
guess.
segment with. Review up first is Will, who gave it half a star. Says, Horse Sense 2, baby. No horses and less sense. Sharpay Evans. That's crazy.
Sharpay.
Ooh.
Sharpay left 2 stars and did one of these numbers. Me. What even is the plot of this movie? Someone named Katie, I don't know, answers by saying the Lawrence brothers, which, Yeah,
Fair.
that's
fair.
That's the plot.
Yeah.
That's the plot. Christopher Lamb, 21, says 2 stars. This is their third viewing of this movie. Did they really think that they could fool us by changing Matthew Lawrence's character's name from the illustrious 90s sitcom Boy Meets World from Jack Hunter to Jake Hunter in this movie and let us get away with it? No! No!
My question is, first of all, is that something he discovered on his third viewing? And second of all, you gave a movie 2 stars that you watched 3 times?
Yeah, that's both.
What?
People live differently.
Yeah, they do.
Jean Louise says 2.5 stars. Reason they should have died. 1, no drinkable water. 2, limited food. 3, heat stroke, sunburn. 4, are we really going to ignore Michael's hallucinations? 5, psychological trauma. 6, in all caps, no drinkable water. 2 stars from Megan Film Fam that says Joey and Matthew Lawrence were shirtless in this movie, so my friends and I were entertained.
They were all shirtless in this movie, actually.
That's true. They don't talk about Andy. Oh, poor Andy.
Well, at the time, he was underage, so yeah, maybe don't talk about Andy.
And Watch with Mike says 3 stars. The 3 of them could have easily handled those sorry pirates if they really tried. It's time to give our thoughts on the movie. Aaron, you've seen it before. You've seen it now. How did it age over time, and what are your thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, and I've seen Horse Sense a lot more, and in rewatching this movie, I fully understood why I don't watch this movie a lot. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. My memories of this movie were they were on that deserted island for like 20 minutes.
Oh, no. Try an hour. Yeah.
I remember them, I remember being on the boat, and I thought that was a much bigger part of this, was them like bonding on the boat. No, none of that was accurate. So I don't know where I got any of that. There was a brief moment in this movie where I must have not been listening well. The pirates at some point must have said to them that they were after Michael. And we all missed that line because at one point the pirates are struggling with all of them. Jake shoves Michael away, like, you need to go hide. They're after you.
I don't think we missed it. I think it was a mistake.
Because Tommy says it again later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So at some point everyone is under the impression, like, yes, the pirates are after Michael. But I didn't know why they knew that. We knew that as viewers, but at no point did the pirates ever say to them, we want that guy. So when Jake said that, I got real excited that maybe Jake was a secret pirate.
What you're describing is a better movie.
I know. So I was like, in the last 20 minutes of this movie, are we going to redeem it where Jake has been a bad guy the whole time? No, we're not.
No. That would have been awesome.
So the movie wasn't great, and then for a moment I thought it could be great, and it didn't, and so it was even worse than I thought. I don't think I will watch this movie again unless for some reason in the year 2024 we get a trilogy.
Trilogy.
I want to check back in. How's that boat business going?
Yeah, no, we have one story in mind. Let's be very clear. How's Michael and Aunt What's Her Name doing?
No kidding. Their chemistry is
nuts. That phone conversation at the beginning,
literally 2 people have never been so excited to be on the phone.
Oh my goodness.
And Michael's doing a fun bit where he's standing in what looks like a field of corn, and really he's just having his gardener at his LA mansion plant a row of corn in the backyard.
Yeah, that's great. I had seen this movie, of course. I do feel like Horse Sense is the more popular movie. It's the movie I remember more from childhood. And I found this viewing to be very interesting because I think I liked it more than Horse Sense, which if you had asked me when we started this podcast, I would have first said that Horse Sense is going to be pretty high on my list because I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
And that jumping...
Spoiler, it's not high on...
No, it's not. And Jumping Ship whomps in comparison. And I think I have it swapped. Like, I don't have Jumping Ship high, spoiler alert. But I think I have it high. I still have a few minutes that I can pray about it, but I think I have it higher.
Probably because your expectations were lower going in.
I guess that plays into it.
Because I love Horse Sense, but I mean, it's not high on my list because I had such high expectations, and I was like, oh, this movie, it was because I was 8 situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I found overall this movie's a mess. It's not it's not good. But did I have a good time? Yeah, by and large, I did quite enjoy myself.
The toughest part for me is that Michael learns a lot of lessons in horse sense.
Of course.
And at the beginning of this movie, he has forgotten all of them.
Yeah.
It's like a year
clear
later,
not much has
and
changed.
he is right back to pre-Montana ranch life. So,
but you know what? We joked about how he made all the decisions at the end of this movie, and that is what Michael would do. True to the character of Michael. Michael would 100% take all the money and make all the decisions and just be like, "Oh, I thought you guys entrusted me. Like, I come from money. I know how to do this." That type of thing.
I maybe would have been like, "This sounds like a great plan." I'm really kind of upset that you didn't.
Yeah.
Did you put my name on this LLC? Andy a business owner too?
I'd like to dive into that contract.
Those books would be something.
But yes. But the big takeaway for me.
Should they get a new TV show where we get to see their charter business?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Should
Jumping Ship the series.
My big takeaway is I liked it more than I remember liking it.
My hot take is this is a better movie than Horse Sense. Is it a good movie? No. But it is better than Horse Sense because I think it starts off really strong. Weirdly enough, the first 30 minutes of this movie, stupid, that the fact that the Lawrence brothers aren't brothers and they happen to meet the one American yacht owner in Australia who looks just like them is crazy. But in a fun way, and then there's modern day pirates after him. Really stupid, but I was actually like, this is a lot of fun. It's going to fly by. Then they get to the island and things just stand still.
We're on that island.
It is brutal. How many, and not in like a Tom Hanks and Castaway brutal where he's figuring out how to do stuff. It's like Jake knows how to do everything. They're eating lobster thermidor. There is no thermidor. I don't know how they're doing it. They're eating.
It's insane. The amount of lobster that they are eating.
It's crazy.
Though I will say that the Letterboxd review makes a good point. They at no point drink water.
No.
He drinks like coconut water until he gets to Camp Jake and there's lobster, and then he abandons the coconut water.
It is the stuff on the island lost me completely. When the pirates come back, it gets a little better, and then that lasts too long, about 10 minutes too long. So it's a mess. But more enjoyable than Horse Sense for me, someone that didn't watch these when I was younger. Yeah, more enjoyable than Horse Sense. I know everybody was high on that movie. That movie is in my bottom 10, and this movie is higher than Horse Sense. So
bottom 11.
There you go.
Let's make our list. Let's find out where Jumping Ship is going to land, and if there's been any shakeups in our personal top 10s. Aaron, what you got Jumping Ship at?
So Jumping Ship is not going to debut in my top 10.
What?
I know.
Unbelievable.
It is going to come in at 21, just behind Horse Sense at 20.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think for me, both movies that I just don't love the relationships between the brothers.
Yeah, it's basically
/ cousins. And so for me, if I have to be stuck on a deserted island being chased by pirates or living on a horse ranch, I'm going horse ranch. So that's the one saving.
She's going horse ranch.
Fewer Lawrence brothers is a little bit
fewer
of
Lawrence
addition
brothers
by subtraction,
and more Aunt Jules.
Yeah, Aunt Jules. That's true. And more Aunt Jules does not hurt there. You're right, but we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't. I've already ranked them. There's nothing I can do.
So 21.
Any shake-up?
Top 10?
Top 10 has not changed. We have Brink at 10, though Dan did make some great points last week that I'm still thinking about.
What's at 11, Aaron?
Phantom of the Megaplex. But
Aaron
I'm rethinking The Other Me at 9 after watching Jumping Ship.
I think that the Phantom of the Megaplex is better than both of those movies.
Yeah, so
it's not your list, Dan.
I'm going to think about it some more because talking through this movie, watching it.
You make your own decisions.
Yeah. The Other Me is at 9, and I don't think it's going to stay there based on what I've seen of Andy Lawrence recently.
What's this phrase when he's singing in the cafeteria? Pizza, all right. What is it?
Something like that.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Quint's at 8, Xenon at 7, 6, Halloween Town, 5, Luck of the Irish, 4, Smart House, 3, Miracle on Lane 2, 2, Johnny Tsunami, and 1, Moto Crossed.
Jumping Ship is debuting on my list at 22.
Wow.
Right 23, right in front of Can of Worms, and right behind the 13th year at 21. I have horse since at 25 for what it's worth. Dan, your impassioned speech last week about Phantom of the Megaplex got me thinking. Got my heart a beating. And as you remember, I was trying my best to, put my feelings aside because I adore Phantom of the Megaplex. I watch it every year.
Either have Brink at one and admit your feelings are not being put aside, or take it out of the number one spot.
Here's an interesting. How about you stay out of it?
Okay,
and you let me live my life.
You can't do both of those things.
You've known me for how long?
Yeah, but you can't say that if it's not true.
100% can.
So we know you're lying.
No.
I'll just make a sound when Brand's lying.
I'm not. Brink is my favorite.
Yeah, but your feelings have not been pushed aside. You've used your feelings, like your feelings and how you feel about it.
No. So last week,
that the Brand Lyle?
Yeah, it is.
Last week, Phantom was right on the edge there. It was at 10, and I didn't like it. I moved it all the way up to 7.
Oh my gosh!
I was inspired. I was moved
Thank you.
to tears.
Yeah.
Halloween Town 10, Miracle at Lane 2 9, Jet Jackson 8, Phantom 7, Mom's Got a Date 6, Luck 5, Smart House 4, Motocross at 3, Johnny Tsunami at 2, and Brink at number 1, the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
No.
Now that my birthday is over and I'm done partying, I can spend time in the war room this
That's right.
week.
Yeah,
really
of course.
Pray about my
you
list.
couldn't do both? You couldn't war room and party?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't in that mindset.
You
Like I
weren't
was
there.
like, it's party time.
It's party time.
And at my party, my friends kept being like, "So what are your thoughts on the other me?" And I was
That's
like, "Not now."
You can't bring party time
Into the war room.
energy into the war room.
Dan, you and I live in a continual state of prayer. So
We do.
it's
That's
not
right.
a problem for us.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
able to
you
kind
know
of
how the Hulk's
balance
always
that.
angry at the end of Avengers? That's us, but we're always praying. You know what I mean? We're like prayer Hulks is what you would call us. Prolks. I don't know. I have Jumping Ship higher than both of you at number 18.
Wow.
I'm gonna make each of you mad right here. The two movies that I have Jumping Ship ahead of are The Color of Friendship and Alley Cat Strike. Both of those are 19 and 20.
No, that's fine for me.
You're wrong about
And then,
that. Strike.
yeah. So
You
I
know
hear
my-
you and I appreciate your list.
See, I appreciate that because you know that I have not put feelings in it. And if I was, I would just tell you that my feelings are
I
involved.
just know.
Dan, I know you haven't put feelings in anything because you're incapable of having them. So
No, I just know how much time you spent this week thinking about your list because you didn't come to my birthday party.
That's
I
right.
called you.
Wasn't
I said,
invited.
"Where are you?"
Wasn't invited.
And you said,
Wasn't
"I was
invited.
going to come." And do you want to?
No.
Would you have come?
Wasn't invited. Yeah. Oh, totally. On a Tuesday night, I'd have been there for sure.
All right, bet.
you're gonna. So you would have gone with had girls' night at Up on the Roof and just been
Oh,
Dan
it's
there.
Up on the Roof,
Dan there.
and
It was. I don't know where next year's is.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, I was going to go work out. Remembered it was my birthday. What do I want to do with my friends?
Up on the
Rooftop
roof.
tiki bar.
Rooftop Tiki Bar, of course.
Why not?
And barring like a really weird sickness, I would have been there had I been invited, but I wasn't. It's already happened. I wasn't invited, Aaron. It's already happened. Number 10.
The pictures are already out there. He wasn't in the
That's right.
pictures.
I wasn't.
He wasn't in the pictures.
I'm photoshopping Dan into all my party.
Just for the DCOM thread. 10, Luck of the Irish. 9, Smart House.
The
8,
episode graphic
Break.
is going to be my birthday party.
Just a picture. And then me in the background.
I'll take the photo that I made for you for your birthday with the party hat
right.
and just put it in the back of my photo.
Yeah, it's going to be great. 8, Brink.
You heard it
7,
here
Quince. 6, Phantom of the Megaplex. 5, Miracle in Lane 2. 4, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. 3, Halloween Town. 2, Johnny Tsunami. Number 1, far and away the best DCOM, Motocross.
Dan's list is perfect because he doesn't feel. He's incapable of feelings, and so it's perfect. We're going to be back next week with
The poof point.
You can't
poop
say that. It's 2024. You can't say that.
the poop point.
You can't say it.
It's a poop point. Keep D coming.
Next week's going to be great. DCOM Descendants is a
point.
Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Brandon Gray. You can find us on the socials at DCOM Descendants. Find us on the web, DCOMpodcast.com. Please leave a rating and review and tell you feel sorry for me because I wasn't invited to Aaron's birthday.